E-bike and e-scooter bans. Tonight, the major changes every local needs to know. The coast driver accused of ramming the Iranian soccer team bus speaks outside court. Motorbike rider's dangerous stunt right in front of hinterland police. Wild surf shutting down our beaches. Plus, the 7-hour mission to save a cat trapped in a bundle roof.
Live from 50 Carroll Avenue, Surfers Paradise. This is 9 Gold Coast News with Eva Milic.
Good evening. Gold Coasters under the age of 16 will be banned from using e-bikes and e-scooters under sweeping new laws being introduced to Parliament this week. State political reporter Rhys D'Alessandro has the details.
The problem has probably been more prevalent on the Gold Coast than anywhere else across the state, but a crackdown is coming. The landmark laws being introduced to Parliament this week are in response to the government's e-mobility inquiry, which made 28 recommendations amid a surge in e-bike and e-scooter injuries and fatalities, a number of them on the Gold Coast. The main changes: children under 16 will be banned from riding, those aged 16 and up will require a learner licence, parents will be fined if they facilitate or fail to prevent underage riding, and police will get additional powers to seize and destroy illegal devices and to set up e-device RBTs. There will also be clearer definitions on what constitutes a legal device, essentially one that is limited to 25 kilometres an hour, and pedestrians will also be better protected with a new 10 kilometre per hour speed limit on shared footpaths.
This is a comprehensive suite of measures that will make the use of e-mobility devices safer while balancing the legitimate and important uses for those who do the right thing.
These are some big changes the government's talked a big game about, but we want to see what the reality is when they're written in black and white.
While the laws move through Parliament, a new education campaign will also be rolled out to bring riders up to speed on the new rules before they take effect on the 1st of July.
And Bella Schwarzenegger has been out in the community to see how the new safety rulings are being received by our city.
From school runs to beachside rides, e-bikes and e-scooters have become a staple of the Gold Coast lifestyle. But as these devices have grown in popularity, so too has the challenge of keeping young riders safe until now.
I just think they're too young to be on the road.
I see too many guys with their handlebars up in the air, and I'm trying to drive through the streets nice and safe. And I believe that a lot of them aren't driving safely.
It's too dangerous.
What we've seen, particularly on the Gold Coast and other hotspot areas around Queensland, is people riding illegal devices.
Mayor Tom Tate weighing in on today's government announcement.
Vehicle that can do more than 25 kilometres an hour will be classified as motorcycle, which is fair enough. It's at that speed, it's a weapon as far as we're concerned. Technology has got advancement ahead of legislation, but now legislation will catch up.
Last year, more than 2,000 Queenslanders ended up in emergency departments after riding e-mobility devices.
Almost 750 of those attending Gold Coast University Hospital. More than 200 were under 15. Around the city, this debate is picking up speed. We asked your thoughts. Out of 600 responses, 91% of locals say they support an e-mobility device ban for riders under 16 years old.
These changes will restore safety and common sense on our roads and footpaths.
Bella Schwarzenegger, 9 Gold Coast News.
A Broadbeach watersman has faced court for the first time, accused of ramming the bus the Iranian women's soccer team was travelling in during the Women's Asian Cup. Police say Mohammed Zagavafa was driving this ute draped in flags when it swerved into the team bus headed for the airport earlier this month.
I'm pretty sure I'm not guilty. I was in distress and we tried to support the girls.
You did follow the girls obviously down to the airport?
Yes, of course, yeah. We tried to support them because they are under pressure from IRGC terrorist organisation.
The case will return to court on April 21st. A group of motorcyclists has been busted by police speeding on Tamborine Mountain. Let's go live to Giselle Manning. Giselle, they were caught doing 60 kilometres over the speed limit.
It was quite a dangerous stunt right in front of police, Eva. All four of these riders were clocked doing 146 kilometres an hour in an 80 zone. Now, this is back last week. Police intercepted the group on Mount Tamborine. Now, one of those riders, a 42-year-old man, well, he allegedly never even had a motorbike licence. He was charged with riding without a licence and speeding as well. Now, for the other riders, a 37-year-old, a 38-year-old and a 19-year-old man, they all received $1,900 fines as well as a 6-month licence suspension. Today, we received that footage of the moment police caught up with the riders. Take a listen.
We clocked at over 140 kilometres an hour, okay, and it's an 80 kilometre an hour zone. Do you have any lawful excuse for riding at that speed? That'll be a high speed. I mean, in any case, finalisation of that will result in the immediate suspension of your licence for 6 months for high speed.
Now, in the past 3 months, police have responded to 2 motorbike fatalities on Mount Tamborine. Eva, of course, this comes as a warning to everyone, but police will be especially patrolling these roads very, very seriously.
OK, Giselle, thank you. Pumping surf has forced the closure of one beach, with more likely to follow in the next 24 hours. While the Aussie lifesaving titles are underway, experts are warning we leave the heavy conditions to the pros.
Rolling in wave after wave, carving up our coastline.
There's plenty of people out there, everyone's having a good time. It's awesome.
The big swell being felt right along our beaches. Massive surf, a powerhouse playground for those with experience.
The barrels behind me at Burleigh, they're just opening up, and that's what this place is famous for. I've already seen a few broken boards and probably a few broken bodies as well.
Lessons for those who need to learn.
Like, I got spat out of a sick one. Like, I just dropped down, pulled it and just got spat out of it. It was so sick.
Lifeguards closing one beach so far, Clifford Street in Surfers Paradise.
Lots of strong currents and rips, so we'd be definitely suggesting just heading to those flagged areas only.
Keeping a close eye.
Looks like Wednesday afternoon might be the peak, so hopefully we can get through that and we'll just assess each beach as it comes.
The surf providing the perfect storm for our country's top lifesavers. 7,000 of them here for the national titles, from Burleigh to Balinga.
It's certainly trying for our younger competitors, and that's why we moved them from today to yesterday, where the conditions were a lot smaller.
Organisers ensuring conditions are safe, postponing the Masters Surfboat Comp due to big swell.
Our safety protocols are in place, so every morning we'll do a surf risk rating.
Further north, the Seaway rock wall is awash, waves breaking over the bow.
If you want to check the action, definitely get on top of one of the headlands and you'll see Kira turning it on, Snapper absolutely firing, and the famous Burleigh barrel looking all time.
With the swell hitting 2 to 3 metres, conditions are expected to get bigger and rougher tomorrow. Katrina Zaffer, 9 Gold Coast News.
Well, let's go straight to weather expert Luke Bradnam now. Luke, tell us, how long will these conditions last, though?
Oh, well, Eva, we're going to see, as we just heard, that swell get a whole lot bigger before it does begin to ease. So that big swell staying with us for the rest of the week, and calmer conditions on the way over the weekend. But let's relive those shots today from down at Burleigh Heads. It really was epic down there. Line after line of perfect barrels coming through. Tomorrow, we're going to see that swell up around 2 metres. Now, today, the Tweed Wave Rider buoy peaked around 4 metres. I think we'll see it over 5 metres tomorrow. It means swell up around the 2 metre mark along our point breaks tomorrow. The open beaches completely off limits tomorrow. We had one beach closure today. I think we can expect a whole lot more tomorrow. The winds today over 50 kilometres an hour. Tomorrow we'll see strong winds around again in the morning, but the good news is they will begin to ease by the afternoon. We'll see that swell with that begin to ease from late Thursday into Friday, and swell only 1 to 2 foot expected, Eva, come the weekend, which is great news for the Aussie surf life-saving titles on this weekend. But the fact is that a few showers around today, could see some tomorrow as well. I'll have details on that with the full weather wrap coming up shortly.
OK, looking forward to it. Thank you, Luke. A disturbing discovery next, the chilling haul uncovered in a Tweed Heads home. A horror hit and run in Southport, plus the 7-hour bundle rescue mission to pull a kitten to safety. Police have made a chilling discovery during a raid on a Tweedhead's home. Live now to Paige Van Lunteren. Paige, guns were found.
Eva, this was the work of a task force set up around 2 years ago to target the importation and manufacturing of 3D printed firearms and their parts. Now, detectives raided a Tweedhead's home just before 7 o'clock yesterday morning. Inside, they found several unregistered rifles, a large amount of ammunition and a 3D printer. They arrested a 43-year-old man at the scene. He was taken straight to the Tweedhead's police station and charged overnight with 8 really serious firearm-related offences. Eva, he faced the local court today.
Yeah, it certainly is a worry, Paige. Thank you. A mother and her 10-month-old baby were rushed to hospital following a hit and run at Southport this morning. Police say the cars collided after the Holden performed a U-turn in front of them. The driver then scrambling out of the car, fleeing on foot. The mum and bub were taken to hospital in stable conditions. Police are investigating if the car was stolen. Increasing safety concerns about a major road connecting Nerang to the hinterland has prompted a council push for end-to-end average speed cameras to be installed. 21 crashes causing injury were recorded along Clagrabar Road in the past 10 years, including 3 fatal motorcycle incidents. Today, council voted to write a letter to the Transport Minister that could green light the recommended speed cameras. Using one of its 9 lives. Coming up, the 7-hour mission to save this curious cat. And Bronte in sport, Josh Hannay has named his team to face the Dragons.
With a lot at stake, Eva, bottom of the ladder is on the line. Fullback Keanu Kinney stepping up to take the pressure off one of his teammates. And Bailey Humphrey fights a 2-match ban. We have the verdict from Melbourne. Titans coach Josh Hannay has resisted the temptation to make wholesale changes following a winless start to the season. Fullback Keanu Kinney vowing to help his captain bear the load in Gold Coast's first home game of the year.
With a trio of losses on the road, the Titans are plotting a full-throttle return to Seabus Stadium, hoping to put on a show as good as the freestyle motocross that will entertain fans who wait patiently for a win.
It makes me frustrated when we can't get those results for them. But yeah, like I said, we're desperate to get the win for our fans.
Only managing 6 games for the Titans last season, fullback Keanu Kinney puts defence before self-preservation.
Body's all good. Surprisingly, my dad sort of hates watching me play when I get those hits, but I probably need to put myself in better positions.
Taking it upon himself to help ease the leadership burden on his captain, Tino Fa'asuamalawi, whose form has been under the microscope.
I know what sort of high expectations they hold for themselves. They're Origin international players, so they're feeling it themselves, and I already know that they're going to bounce back. And I back Moe and Tino to go harder than they've ever gone before.
Outright last on the ladder is on the line at Seabus Stadium on Sunday, with the Dragons also winless this season. St George Illawarra also turning to their community for support, hosting their Best You Can Be program, helping strengthen the Dragons' junior pathways.
Bailey Humphrey has failed to downgrade his 2-match ban at this afternoon's AFL tribunal for a sling tackle on Tiger Maurice Rioli. He'll miss the Suns' next 2 games against the Demons and Swans. Meantime, Victorian clubs are circling Suns key forward Ben King, looking to lure the soon-to-be restricted free agent with lucrative cash, reportedly upwards of $1.4 million a season, but Gold Coast is determined to retain its Coleman Medal contender, expected to match any bid, forcing rival clubs to negotiate a trade to secure his services. King is off contract at the end of this season. A Burleigh Bear is becoming the brains behind Queensland's bid to win back-to-back Women's Origin Shield. Newly appointed Maroons coach Nathan Cross speaking glowingly of the tactical support he's receiving from assistant coach Clay Harris, who also works with Burleigh in the Queensland Cup.
He's an outstanding coach, and already our players here are seeing that, and they'll bear the fruits of Clay's work. And Ty Williams as well has been exceptional. So yeah, we're very lucky to have both.
The Women's Origin Series is just a month away from kicking off, with Game 1 being played in Newcastle on April 30. The final match of the series will be played at Seabus Stadium. The NFL has made another investment in the Gold Coast and brought Seahawks Super Bowl champion AJ Barnes sideline as Asia Pacific countries battled to be crowned girls NFL flag champions. Benoa stayed high, claiming silver for Australia, beaten by New Zealand in the final. But Eva, bad news for Bailey Humphrey. He won't be back for a couple of weeks as the Suns have a bye this week.
That's not what we want to hear, is it? Thank you very much, Bronte. Roof rescue, the extreme lengths emergency services went to save a cat in Bundall.
And a nice end of the day down here at Miami this afternoon. Did have some showers around the coast today, mostly around this morning down the southern end of the coast, but hang in there, guys. We've got a couple of days in the forecast before the end of the week where we will barely see a cloud in the sky. Some warmer temps on the way though. I'll have all the details of full weather app coming up next.
A small kitten has been rescued from a Bundall family home after becoming trapped in the roof. Tonight we can show you the delicate 7-hour rescue mission to save the curious cat.
2 teams of firemen and the RSPCA all in on a high-stakes game of hide and seek with a very stubborn kitten. Hey, little baby. At just a few weeks old, this curious cat sought shelter in a Bundall home, wedging herself inside the roof. Their only line of sight, this video.
It's so difficult because the kitten is also so tiny. It's quite dark and small up in there as well, so very difficult to reach, difficult to see where it is.
They're doing what they have to do to get it out, problem solving.
Firefighters taking the highest vantage point, removing roof tiles to get a better view. But after a few hours,
I think we've got to go back to plan A, which is cut that wall.
Piling inside the home, they then try the wall. Met with a steel beam between them and the baby kitten. Quickly running out of options and daylight, the plan shifted.
Put some netting, towels, blankets for the kitten to be able to climb up out of that cavity and then into a roof space.
Finally, after 7 hours of trial and error, a sigh of relief. And a few tears of joy. This lone kitten, one of many found here.
This isn't our first time we've been here.
A stray cat bringing her babies to live here. But now this kitten has a chance to find a home of her own.
I'm just getting back to the vet for a vet check and then hopefully can be rehomed and go to a nice home.
Giselle Manning, 9 Gold Coast News.
Oh, love it. So worth the effort. And here is Melissa and Joel with all the big and breaking stories coming up for you in 9 News at 6.
Thanks, Eva. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll have more details on the big story today from State Parliament. Landmark new e-bike and e-scooter laws, parents to be fined. We'll break down how it'll all work.
Fuel prices through the roof. One servo charging $4 a litre, plus a chilling warning from truckies.
From cheaper cars to a beef boost, who'll benefit from a landmark trade deal between Australia and the European Union?
Shocking footage of the plane crashing at a New York airport.
Granny flat boom, why your backyard could be your best investments.
And the Easter chocolate shrinking but costing more.
All of those stories plus the rest of today's breaking news coming up shortly, straight after your local weather. See you then.
Thank you both. And Luke is back now with a full forecast. Luke, a bit of rain around today, so have we got any more tomorrow?
We certainly do, Eva, a possibility. In fact, I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see Coolangatta. They're about to see a shower very soon. Got some shower activity around Byron Bay. Strong southeasterly winds pushing us our way. I think the southern end of the coast in for more showers tonight. The rest of us should miss out. Have a look at the coast cam from this morning, though. They woke to a little bit of shower activity, particularly down the southern end of the coast. A few showers overnight, saw around 15 millimetres, in fact, for Coolangatta. Further 5 millimetres since 9 9 a.m. and only a couple of millimetres for the Seaway. And then if you look temperature-wise today, it did warm up as the sunshine returned this afternoon. Tops around 28 degrees for most of us, but a top of just 27 degrees today for the Seaway. Right now here down at Miami, beautiful 23 degrees. The Hinds Dam has risen, now up at 93%. Tomorrow's weather map, you can see the low that's going to push that big swell our way tomorrow. It's moving further south, but we will see the swell peak for us on the Gold Coast tomorrow. A warmer top of 30 on the way, and overnight dropping down to 19 with those clearer skies. And then looking ahead, summer returns. 31 the top with sunshine for our Thursday. 33 degrees for Friday as northwesterly winds kick in, and then it cools right off on Saturday as the southeasters return, a top of just 26 degrees. Could see a light shower or two on Sunday. Have a look at the swell today. It was epic. Believe it or not, it's going to be bigger tomorrow. Expect beach closures, but only for experienced board riders out there tomorrow. We'll see those sets up around 2 metres. It will start to ease slowly from Thursday. Offshore, not a great morning. Seas getting up to 2 metres, but we'll see it down around 1 metre by the afternoon as those winds drop off. And high tide tomorrow, Eva, around 1 p.m. Take care if you're heading down the beach tomorrow.
Very good advice. Thank you, Luke. And that is your local news this Tuesday. If you have a story to share, just visit our Facebook page. With the latest on the oil crisis, here is Melissa and Joel. Good night.